Hi everybody, my name is Harry Jacobs and I am the Northern 60 Gamer, and welcome to today's board game hypes question. Do I like miniatures or not? You can see that I have Dungeons and Dragons right here, Castle Ravenloft. It is chock full of miniatures, and here's the big old dragon that comes with it. You can see it's unpainted. There are two separate hobbies here. There is the game itself and playing board games. I love playing board games. And then there's the painting of miniatures, which I am not into. Now, this is kind of cool on the board, don't get me wrong, and I love, in this case, playing with the miniatures. But do I appreciate them to the full extent, like getting them painted? No, I don't have that fine motor control. I suppose I could learn to give them a gray wash to give them something a little different, but that's not what I do. One of the things I really like is the fact of using acrylics. I think some of the games that are coming out, something like Uprising, which is just released and it's going into Kickstarter with a new expansion, uses acrylics. That is a wonderful way. I don't think it's as expensive as this. These tend to drive up the game. Now, this game here is not particularly expensive. I think it's only about $70 or $80 Canadian, which isn't too bad. But when you're getting into CMON, where, the hobby gives you like Massive Darkness. Here, spend $500 for a bunch of games with hundreds of miniatures. I don't buy into that. In fact, my Massive Darkness is going. I don't appreciate the game. I didn't even like it, actually, which is disappointing because I love the theme. It just didn't work for me as rules-based. But coming back to miniatures, there's three ways we can do a game. There's miniatures, there's standees, and of course there's the acrylic standees. I think we are too quick to jump to miniatures. I think it raises the price of the game. If you're going to Deluxify and say, hey, I'm going to give you a whole bunch of miniatures and you're going to pay an extra $50 for it, or $60 or $70 for a deluxe version, hey, that is great. And giving that option to somebody, I believe that should be the case. For me, I'd rather get a standard edition and get the cardboard standees. I don't play a lot of these games very often, so I'm not going to pull them out very often. So having a bunch of beautiful miniatures sitting in a box doing nothing really defeats the purpose of having the miniatures, which should be out on display, because this is actually a very lovely miniatures. And I'm seeing more and more games on Kickstarters going with miniatures, which tends to take that price from down here where you might be able to spend a game and get it for $60, $70 all the way up to $150, $200, $250, $300 games now, because I've got to have those 300 miniatures, or however that works. Now, space games, I love the miniatures in space games because the little ships and things like that, that's really cool. Generally, they add to the 3 dimensions of a space game, and I understand that. That's pretty nice. But all in all, at the end of the day, it's still a miniature. Could you get away with a cardboard something? Absolutely, I think you can. So, do I like or dislike miniatures? I'll say I'm in the middle. I don't dislike or like miniatures. I'm neutral about it. If a game has miniatures, I'm good. I'll play with it. It works in Dungeons and Dragons very, very nicely. These games, the Castle Ravenloft games, and all the other Temple of the Mad King, or whatever it is. Temple of Evil, sorry. And there's 4 or 5 of these games in this series, and I've got them all because it's a wonderful play. I love playing it and taking it out, and it's a quick setup, a quick play based on the third edition rules. But overall, does it add value to the play? Not really. Does it add quality of life? Absolutely. Do I love quality of life? Absolutely. Do I want to go to an added expense of buying a miniature or putting miniatures in a game? Absolutely not. Do I need miniatures in a game? Absolutely not. But if it comes with the game, the price is right, I don't mind. So I'm sitting in the middle on the fence, whether I like it or dislike it. Thanks very much for watching. My name is Harry Jacobs. I am the North of 60 Gamer, and I really would appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button, or perhaps even like it at least. Those algorithms, Anyway, I'm going off. It's a beautiful day here in Yellowknife. We finally have some plus weather. The snow is melting and my dog is off to the groomer. So we will talk at you the next time we are asked by a question by those friendly folks at Board Game Hype.